time for Bomber Banter. Now over to Fiona.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bomber Banter. Welcome to the fan cams. Feeling much better this week. We go down by 14 points. I cannot believe that is not at least double that amount and then plus a few more goals on top of that. Dare I say an honourable loss? It's in that areas for me. It was a very spirited performance in the end. I wasn't expecting anything classy or super skilled given the weather forecast. But in the end, it wasn't even raining that bad, right? And certainly no lightning. So I thought, in the end, we almost felt like a win was almost possible, which is crazy given that we basically have a VFL team. And of course, in the end, the difference in class was the difference basically. And they're classy players. I mean, what a game from Brodie Grundy, albeit not up against the most talented opposition and not the most firing opposition, but he had a day out, didn't he? An absolute day out. And looking at the marks, you all tell me, what do you put that marking differential to? 136 to 42 marks, and 120 of them were uncontested. 120 uncontested marks for them. I don't know. I feel like that tells you a lot about what's happening without the ball. We work really hard at the contest and at stoppage and, generally pretty good, in a scrap and in a heap, but what's happening outside the ball to go and man up an opponent, and they just got into so much space so easily, so quickly, and we were always a step behind, it felt like. And, you don't take 120 uncontested marks if your opposition is not allowing you to do it. So essentially, pretty grim on that front. But, they kept fighting, and it was really spirited in the end. And I just wonder what could have been if Merritt's bomb from 60 had gone through. Would that have like shaken shit up for real? Because we would have been within a goal. So anyway, how are you all feeling? How are you all doing? Moby, thank you for the super chat. It means a lot. It really does. I've popped the link in the chat for all of you to jump on. Please do come and have a chat with me. Keep me company. Who have we got? Coanda, Jeremy. Yes, you are absolutely allowed to be positive. We are probably owed a week off from being all doom and gloom, I think. And don't worry, because it won't last too long. Next week is certainly going to be not fun, put it that way. Hey, Brett, how you feeling? I'm not sure your boy had a great game, 3 touches, not great for mine. How was it, Jade? I know you're there. How was the Guard of Honour? Hope that was fun and hope you didn't get too wet. Moby, that was the result we needed. Great effort, and Blackie has won himself a contract. Yeah, absolutely. Blackiston and Roberts for me were chef's kiss. I just, time and time again, I'm just overawed by Roberts' ability, his balance, and he's got that niche where play slows down time and players almost give him half a second more because he's just so balanced and composed in the moment that it's a bit, Pendlebury-like. You know how they always say that about him? I don't know. I think there's something there. We looked more in sync tonight, had a sniff. Yeah, we did. We certainly did. I think, when the effort is on and they all feel like, and we can't underestimate scoreboard pressure. When that is blown out, your effort just subconsciously drops. You go into your shell a bit more. But we were so close that I think that would have helped their intent a little bit more, especially the young boys. When the more you play football and the more you learn to block out the noise, including the scoreboard. But in their infancy, they're probably not going to be as great at that. Brett, I don't like to say this to bring bring down our players, but Hobbs, Perkins, Shield all have marked their own card. Yeah, it was disappointing to see Perkins drop off too much, to drop off a lot, sorry. He had a pretty good first quarter, but yeah. Hey, Spiros, how are you? We got a sniff but lacked class, and as always, our inconsistent poor disposal. Yeah, killed us at times. Yes, the Archie Roberts love. He never stopped trying and continued to take the game on. Yeah, to the death, still running. Hey, Pete, how are you? I totally agree with you. Hobbs Perkins, not good enough. Yeah. You know who I actually thought had a better game than what he's shown, and keep in mind that it was a pretty low bar, but I thought Gresham had some good moments. What do you guys think? Matthew, how you doing? Roberts, Newen, Blackiston, Pryor, Laverde. Is this your good list or bad list? I think I'd probably give a tick to 3 on this list. I think so. Oh, you've clarified here, Matt. Roberts, Newen, Durham, Goldstein, Hobbs, Perkins. Yeah, Goldstein, oh gosh, that was not great. But at this point, we have no other choice, do we? Hey, Richard. Well, it could have been worse. We could have lost by under a goal in the 39th minute of the last quarter, like every other game up there. Yeah. There wasn't much fuckery, was there? Much Sydney fuckery that tends to follow these games, was there? So that was great. Moby, yes, exactly. Everybody take a quick second to please do that. Like, subscribe, share, donate. Yeah, exactly. You don't want Moby after you. It all means a lot, more than you could know. And it just helps me keep this channel going. So thank you. On that, no newbies, no more fan cams, no more Bomber Banter. I'm making that rule. I will not lose that streak. So somebody join me. Hey, Shane, it must be a record to not kick a goal in the second quarter. Well, is this the 6th week in a row where we've gone goalless in a quarter? Someone fact check that for me. Hey, Fitzy, I reckon a 14-pot loss could almost be considered a win. Absolutely. Definitely. Sydney should not be, I mean, you celebrate it and you sing the song, but far out. I don't know about that. When I heard they had a banner ban tonight, I thought, oh no, what's Fiona done? Wait, no banner? Neither team had a banner? Is that because of the lightning or the rain or the wind? Is that why? I'm assuming. Okay, didn't know that. Jaden Ewan stepping over that grub was amazing. Yeah, how do we all think he went in his debut? I thought he showed enough, and I think he did a pretty good job on Papley. I think he did enough to stay in the team for next week. I think so. Hey, Brad, chin up, people. We'll be competitive with a decent ruckman. Yeah, I mean, Grundy just had an absolute belter. And Golden, he was very good. Old school keepings off. We were running around everywhere, but nowhere at the same time. Yeah. Like lost chooks. Must keep Draper. Yeah, either that or we need to maybe look at getting another more experienced ruckman, because Brian essentially is still untried as the main head honcho. Chris, Pete needed to convert too. Yes, I will say my big ginger, his goal kicking is eluding him right now. His run up, his direction, his body when he's kicking is all off. It just ain't it. Big ginger boy, sort that shit out. You cannot keep doing that. You cannot keep doing that in the positions that you are, and multiple times a game. It is way too deflating for the rest of the team. Way too deflating. Mariella, thank you for the super chat. I love you. Proud of them today. Yeah, I'm pretty proud too. I think you can't really not. Hey, Shelley. Hi, all. Great effort by the boys. Can't be too upset with that loss. Yeah. It was nice to get a bit of a relief from doom and gloom, and it's nice to be getting that on here, so that's great. Hey, ASAC. 1 game to his AFL career, and UN already owns Papley. How many did Papley kick in the end? Just the 1, I think, was it? And it was from the Hobbs free kick, wasn't it? So that's a pretty good, if you kept him goalless, that's pretty good. I reckon you'll take that. Yes, Richard, the solution was onto this very quickly. He had likened him to Bomber Thompson, and then tonight Solution said that he got a bit of Wanganeen about him. Just the way he stops traffic and his balance. It's a thing of beauty. Thing of beauty. Pete, both the effort was there from everyone. Yeah. Hey, Shane, Sydney Swans had all the tall forwards out. Yes, they did. But they still took 120 uncontested marks, which is crazy. And let me just confirm, marks inside 50, 19 to our 4. What chance does that give you to kick a winning score? All of our marks to our forwards were outside of 50. Perkins missed one, 2 metre Peter missed one, McMahon I think missed one. Need to close that gap a little bit. Bomberton 2.0, yeah, Robert should be the rising star, but either way, we know have a real gem. Yeah, you know what I think will stop him from getting the rising star? He does everything, but that last piece of the puzzle, his kicking, is just slightly off. But that is something that will come for him. He does everything so well and so thoughtfully that last piece of the puzzle will come. Lawal is well off at the moment. Oh, I don't think he's as bad as what everyone's making, personally. I think he's certainly got a lot to learn in the classroom, definitely. He has a lot to learn about the position, the wing position, and the nuances and the two-way running and when to come on and off your man and, you know, when to be a spare down back or an extra up forward. But I think his intent is wonderful. He's got the ability to do a footy act that not many could do or see with a clever little touch or I still can't get over that vision of his twice last week. So I don't know. I don't think he's as bad as what some people are saying, and I would continue to play him for the rest of the year, purely for the experience and purely for the education. But Ben Hobbs not looking great. Yeah, he isn't looking great. Jade, I'm actually proud of the effort the boys gave today. Lockie Blackerson was bloody brilliant, and to kick his first AFL goal was really nice to see. Yeah, it was nice. I mean, you know my pet hate. Everyone knows my pet hate. I hate how they don't get around them when they do their first goal, and it was late in the game, admittingly, but I would have loved a bit more fanfare for him, but that's okay. Stop it. Are you for real? Oh my God, this has got to be that's got to be a first for him ever. I don't think that's ever happened, ever. Wow. Oh, thank you, Humie. 7 games in a row where we haven't. This is 7 games in a row where we've gone scoreless in a quarter. That's not a nice little record that I'd like to keep. Ishk. Hey, Bomber Boy, thank you so much for the super chat. Proud of the effort, but those uncontested marks are a real worry. I might be too harsh, but I'd like to see a little more from Kako. 7 touches, 1 goal. He's only 19, I know. Yes, but how's the class on him? Never loses his feet, or very rarely loses his feet, and the class below his knees, just beautiful. And yes, he is small, so, you know, you'd hope he's got that, but wow. Whilst on a whole, the Sydney team tonight outclassed us, but I think Kako completely outclassed his opponents. Whoever was lining up on him, and in the end, Blakey was going to where he was going because he was the one who was doing all the damage down there. So I'm super, super proud of him, of how he's going. I think the touches will build, and don't forget that small forward role is not a accumulating role. Hey, Muzz. You watch the game. Have fun at your post-game party. We'll all see you there in a couple of hours. Thought Gresh was good when he was on ball, went in real hard. Yeah, he did, and he used it pretty well, I thought. I thought he was really locked in, which was good. Humie, despite the ruck issues, we did well in the contest. Yeah, I think we did. We did really well at stoppage. I don't know maybe Humie, given Humie's here, he can shed some light on those stats. But I'm not sure what we scored from stoppage, if at all. But I thought our stoppage work was really good. Once again, I think we've been on the up in that regard. Considering the hidings every other team has had this week, West Coast Richmond GWS, yes, for once it's not us. It's not us, and we probably deserve it given what's coming next week against Geelong in Geelong-ish. Yeah, agreed, Ant. Oh, thank you, Noel. Yep, Papley's only goal came from a very soft kick. Well, that's a beautiful game from Nguyen then. Well done. Well done. Hey, Doug, how are you? Nguyen was good. His work in the back line freed up McGrath. Yeah. Hey, Bruce. Roberts weaving through traffic was very good. Main backline in first half was interesting. Yeah. Very unnatural, poor Archer, mate. But again, it's great for his education. Why the hell not at the moment? This is my attitude. Why the hell not? Hey, Murray, what's going on with Guelphy? Is it the coaching? He seems to be chasing all the time and having no impact. He is playing that defensive forward role, so he is generally shutting down the opposition's most dangerous forward, backman, sorry. But, yeah, Blakey had way too many intercepts tonight and Guelphy had 3 touches. Not that the touches matter, but I think Blakey had about 11 intercepts, so that's way too much. Way too much. Hey, Silent Red. May looks a little similar to Tom Hawkins when he first started. Solid frame, big kick, appears accurate, just had to find his feet in time. Potential is certainly there. Yes, absolutely. And in the mid-season draft intro that Felix and I did liken him to Tom Hawkins. So, yeah, I agree. Hey, Joe Wyatt, just joined. What a great showcase of the future. Nothing but upside getting games into the newbies. Exactly. And that's why I'm not super against bringing Vigo in. I really don't think it's going to, it's going to harm him. Within reason, of course. Hey, Humie.
Hey Fiona, long time no see.
Yeah, very long time no see. Where are you? You walking
I
home
think
from?
might have just crossed an hour since I last saw you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, still, that's a long time. Need to see your face more
That
and
is.
more.
No,
What are your
I'm walking
first
the back.
thoughts after the game?
What to like? There's obviously big problems. How much of that is personnel? How much of that is the available personnel? How much of that is the talent of the personnel? How much of that is game plan? How much is that is we're at the end of a season where we're really playing for nothing? They're hard questions to answer at this time of the year because you're not really seeing a game style that they're obviously trying to work on things, but they're not. You know what I mean? It's sort of like running down the clock. It's like a Friday afternoon. It gets past like 1:30, and you have to stay till 3:30. But the amount of work that you do is really, really low. Your energy is low because you've got that weekend coming up. So, yeah, long way of saying it's hard to read into it.
So what's your gut, I guess, on that you just gave all the options it could be, and I agree with all those. What's your gut say that it is?
So I think reading the chat and seeing you talk about it, obviously people were really impressed with the effort tonight.
Yeah.
And I am in that contested space. And I think we've been okay for the most part in that contested space because we've spoken about Grundy. He had 39 disposals. I think when that was brought up when we were watching the game, we're kind of like, oh, he had 39, he had that many. We didn't feel like he was that influential. But like in that contested space, it was really good. But it's that next effort.
Yeah.
It's that shifting to the next contest. Switching to defense mode, because you talked about it before, but the amount of uncontested marks that they had, compared to the uncontested marks that we had, a lot of that really comes down to work rate. How hard are you willing to work to? How hard are you willing to work to give your teammates an option? How hard are you willing to work to cut off your opposition's options? And so the effort in like when it's in close and when they're close to the ball is really good. It feels like their effort when it's not in that space and the ball's sort of out of their area is lacking, and that's what cost us tonight because the Swans are sort of able to chip mark down the field, get that field position. We work a lot harder, and there's a bit more chaos ball down the field. As I go through a really dark period. I'm basically not here.
I know. I'm seeing a shadow.
I know. I'm moving into the. I'm moving
There
into some
we
light
go.
now. You should actually see me.
Beautiful.
I'm actually a real person. So it's that was the difference between two sides, right? It
Yeah.
was the Swans were prepared to work hard
Yeah.
to give an option and also cut us off from doing the same thing. That was the difference tonight.
Yeah, well said. You know what my worry is though? Is that so tonight? Would you agree that tonight, the second half and that little spirited comeback or mini comeback, I guess, to get so close, that was like what 85% effort. My worry is that when it's not 85% effort, we don't have a decipherable game plan or system to fall back on that can hold us up when your effort and when your intent is maybe 5%, 10% off. Like it's just swinging too far. The balance is swinging too far, heavily effort related, and not so with not much else left. Like if it's effort or bust kind of thing. And that's my worry.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that at the moment, but that also comes because you've got inexperienced players, not only inexperienced in terms of how many games they've played and their understanding of what AFL football is like, but also their understanding of systems, understanding of knowing when it's your turn to go. Like how many times were we really annoyed at there'd be three Essendon players all going up for the mark,
Yeah.
and all the Swans players would be were down the ground. And the one time that one of our players went up was the Blackiston one where he managed to double fist it
Yeah.
over the Essendon players that had done the right thing, weighted down, and Sydney
The
kicked the goal.
easiest mark he'll ever take.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
It
think
just worries me that when you kind of take away that layer of effort, is there
yeah.
enough of a comprehensive system to fall back on?
Nice.
I got you? You there?
Yeah, you cut you were talking about the system. Sorry, you cut out a little bit.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I mean the
Yeah,
system
that's all right.
at the moment feels like bomb or bust, and that's what
Yeah.
as tonight we were getting so frustrated on. It's a bomb out. It's either a bomb out of 50 or a bomb into our 50.
Yeah, exactly. And that again, that also I think it was the kick where Sam Durham had it just outside 50. And you could sort of
Yes.
tell he was waiting for someone to move for him, and no one did. So he was forced to bomb. So are they bombing because that's all they want to do, or are they bombing because that's the option that the players ahead of them are providing? And
Mm,
part of that is, I think when you're playing poorly, it's harder to do the selfless things because you're sort of in self-preservation mode. And so the selfless leading, the hard running, hard unrewarded running becomes, there's less motivation to do it because you don't feel like you're going to get acknowledged or reward for effort anyway. Someone else will
yeah,
score,
okay.
and so it
Yeah.
all compounds into that situation. I mean, we've been up and about as a side, and we've been bombing long, so it's certainly not the only reason why we've gone for we go for the bomb. But I think there's an element of players not willing to make that sacrificial lead, create space, and then we're just left with what we have to bomb.
Yeah, okay. So for us, like, can we rest on the fact that it's there was a time there where and when you're watching on TV, you only are afforded that small amount of space. You can't really see who's moving either side of the camera angle you're getting. But there was a time where we could see that there was just no link up run from the back line, and there was no players running to be that next link in the chain. Are you
Yeah.
putting that down to effort, or is that down to the players being so inexperienced they don't know how to do it? Because I'm trying to figure out how highly I can judge them, how harshly I can judge them.
I, it probably is. It probably is inexperience. It's probably not the right type of players. Like how many people with pace do we have in our back line? Like, do we have who's an actual runner? Like Redmond is a 60-meter player, but he's not a break the line runner. He
Yeah, okay.
hasn't really. I thought he's better. His intent actually is a lot better tonight than it was
Yeah.
in previous weeks. Even though I think a lot of people felt he had a good game last week. I was a bit less happy with it. But I thought tonight
Yep.
he had more of that intent, and obviously kicked that great goal. It's great to see him doing that. We haven't seen enough of that
Yeah.
the last couple of years. We haven't got
Yeah.
that line
I don't
ranking.
maybe someone in the
Yeah,
chat can tell us when's the last time he's kicked a goal this year? It would have to be at least 10 weeks ago.
yeah,
Anyway, continue.
yeah, yeah. I guess also like you see these other teams like they trust each other. Maybe we don't trust each other, and
Mm,
that's why there's not the run because we're constantly thinking about the defensive aspect. What if the handball is a mistake and we have to go back defensively, and so the players are not engaged. Like you hear you hear talk of like certain players cheat, like they get out the front of the contest and they push into space and give up on the defensive aspects. But
yep.
teams like say a Geelong or a Collingwood, they can trust their teammates to do that because they can trust that someone else is going to be able to cover for them. It doesn't
Yeah.
always work out for them, but they take that risk reward decision that's going to work for
Yep.
them. Whereas with us at the moment, we're probably looking at that risk reward decision and deciding it's probably not worth the risk. And so we're a bit stagnant. We're not trusting our teammates. And that means,
Mm,
we're sort of getting those 1 meter handballs to guys under pressure because the
yep.
players aren't willing to get on the move and get ahead because they don't want to be responsible if their man, gets the ball
Yeah.
and goes the other way. I don't know,
Yeah,
we're
that's
reading a lot into. Sorry, I'm
peak
taking over
self
your show.
peak no, don't. That's the whole point. Less me, more you. That's peak self-preservation, and that's exactly what's happening. I mean, and that like it's helpful because it helps people to see. Well, it's not that it's a lack of effort or intent. I think we can put that to bed.
Mm. It's just,
It's probably
yeah,
more as you say, not knowing or not having the capabilities or that fear of being the one to stuff up and causing a goal.
yeah, yeah. And sometimes that fear and hesitation of stuffing up creates the stuff up as well. Like,
Yeah, the turning.
when you're not 100% committed to the action that you're taking, that's when you stuff up.
Yeah, yeah, so true. And just your last word, because I really feel like you need to focus. I don't want you to get jumped in the dark. I don't want to distract you enough that someone jumps you.
Very,
But
very, 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 very safe in the inner west,
oh
Fiona.
yes,
It's
oh yeah, of course.
very, very
That's what
safe
I
there.
hear. That's what I hear, Humi. But no, a word on UN. How did you see on UN's game?
I mean, the ball was down there. Like, he obviously didn't get a whole lot of the ball, but he certainly stood up. He didn't take any of Papley's rubbish. Um,
Yep.
yeah, I think you'd certainly give him a tick. You certainly see him next week. It's really good because it allows McGrath to go up the ground. I know McGrath's position is very controversial, but we need bodies in the midfield right now to sort of get through it, and a player like Newen as that sort of smaller defender. Uh,
Mm,
sorry, can can help shift those players up the ground. There's obviously a lot to work with. He seems as hard as a cat's head, and
yeah.
probably the rain didn't allow him to show his other qualities because he's obviously quite quick, but he
Mm.
didn't really get a chance to show that tonight. But you definitely see him next week, and it's going to be a big challenge for him next week. The ball's probably going to be living down there
Oh
um,
God.
at Academia in Geelong. So, and he's probably going to get a Stengel or a Close or something like that. So he's going to be a huge challenge next week, and he might play as well as you could expect and still get 4 or 5 goals kicked on him just because of the nature of the
True.
game that's coming up. So yeah,
Yeah, what a nice little induction for him, hey? Papley and then
that's it.
Stengel. Wowee.
Yeah. I know everyone's looking ahead to the draft and wants the best draft position, but I really wanted a win for the boys tonight, just partly because I hate Sydney,
Yeah.
um, but also
Yes, I
those
know.
players who haven't had a chance to sing the song and have been in the team for quite a long
Yeah.
time. It's just that you just need sometimes you just need a little win to get over get that motivation and get
Yeah.
that confidence in you for the next year. Anyway,
Oh, I definitely feel like we need at least one win. You just need one. You just need one for, that to build that bond,
mm,
between them and
yeah,
a little bit of validation that we're on the right path. We just got to stick in. You can't keep going like that in terms of the win-loss. You need a little spike, tiny little spike. and it's just one win that won't hurt our draft pick too much. So I really truly hope one comes. I would prefer it against Carlton. I know yours is Sydney, so I'm sorry, Humie, but second best now is
Well, that's
Carlton,
gone now.
right?
That's it. I'm all on the beating Carlton train now. It was
Okay,
Sydney
great.
up until
Fantastic.
the siren, and now I'm full on. Let's beat Carlton.
All right, great to have you on board now. All right,
Nice.
Humie, get home safe.
Cheers, Fiona. Catch you later.
Thanks for jumping on. Good night. Bye. Oh, great to have Humie. Pat, you're on the draft pick. Yes, all hail the honourable loss. Thank you so much for the 25 on the draft pick. I know lots of people would be happy to hear that. Hello, Miss Jade.
Hi, how are you, Fiona?
I'm good. How are you? How was the Guard of Honour?
No, it was very good. It was good. No banner, but it's because of the weather here. So it's been raining. It was raining all morning and even last night, and then it's just too dangerous as well. But also,
okay.
they were supposed to have both clubs, both cheer squads, meet up to make the banner, which they unfortunately weren't able to get the time to do that as well. So that was another part of the reason. But they just didn't make one. But we still had the Guard of Honour, which was fine, even though you had to walk for us, we had to walk halfway around the SCG. So I can proudly say I've done half a lap of the SCG.
Oh, lovely. But it wasn't, it didn't look like it was fun, it didn't look like it was raining a lot throughout the night.
No,
was it quite good?
No, it didn't rain very much during the game at all, really. Like, it was only just spitting bits and pieces. That's about it. But I played it smart. I played it safe, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to sit in my seat. I found a couple of friends who were sitting undercover, and I thought, no, I'll sit undercover and play it smart, because I'm not coming down here to sit in the rain and get drenched.
Good. I think that was, I mean, in the end, we were told to prepare for lightning and delays, and there was just
exactly. Yeah, I was checking the weather all week, and even probably about the week before, and they were saying that too, and I was like, oh. But also people who were flying to Sydney this morning to come to the game, their flights were delayed because of the weather, because of the weather, and because apparently there were thunderstorms, must have been this morning or something, before people could fly over. So, but I came over Friday for a reason, because I knew there'd be a bit of a delay because of weather. So,
smart.
But that's all right.
So
I've enjoyed it.
What have you been doing in Sydney, given it's been rainy and wet?
So yesterday I went to the Taronga Zoo. I'd never been before, so I went there with a mate of mine who was going to be the special guest tonight. I just wasn't able to catch up with him in the game. Do you know Scotty DeHottie, Fiona? He's on TikTok. He's very well known. He's a big Essendon fan like myself. He was going to be the special guest.
Next time.
Yeah, definitely next time. Yes, definitely. But all good.
Well, tell him to jump on. And how did you see the game?
It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I really thought, I knew there wasn't going to be a thrashing. I knew that, because I think the weather helped a little bit. I was a bit concerned with the weather as well, because I thought, if it starts pissing down raining, it's going to be very hard for the boys to get the crumb and pick up the ball, and everything's going to be very slippery. But it wasn't too bad. But I'm still proud of the effort. Expected worse, but I'm proud of the effort. It could have been a lot worse, to be quite frank. I think also kicking accuracy, that really cost us the most, especially like in the first quarter, when we should have easily have gotten a couple of goals straight away, which did cost us. Sorry, it's starting to rain here as usual, as soon as I'm bloody outside. No, I know. I can't catch a break. Sorry, I'm trying to get my umbrella. No, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, all good.
That's good. That's a win. Yeah. That's definitely, I think we all feel like it was an honourable loss. So, we certainly deserve that. So, okay, the rain's the thunderstorm's okay. Yes, it certainly did feel like roaming Jade, that's for sure. Hey, Brendan, I thought we had a crack today for all 4 quarters and we're a bit unlucky. Oh, yeah, and you know what? In the last quarter, I think it was when Merritt missed that one, the 60-metre one, the look on, they panned to Brad Scott and he just did that one, and I just saw this, I could feel the energy from him. he really believed that we could win. I think we're at maybe one goal. Would have put us one goal away, and you could just tell that he really believed, that we could win. All right, Jade's back. I just lost you. That's all right, Jade.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It's pissing down raining, and then I'm losing reception as well, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
Well,
Anyway,
how about you go get
shut it down. Go ahead. No,
No,
it's
that's
all
okay.
right. It's only water. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, fuck yeah. All good.
Oh, yeah, I think your internet, you're frozen on me, Jade. Oh, and now she's disappeared. All right, Jade, if you're watching, I think your internet's not having it tonight. Clonophobe. Swan and the Seven Dwarfs, Grundy, Rampy, Cleary, Heaney, Papley, Blakey, and McInerney. Oh my God, they do have all their players ending in Y. I see where you're going with this. Shane, if Essendon appointed Ross Lyon, we would have more wins on the board. How many more wins? What would still end up finishing? What 12th? Is that any better? We get a worse draft pick. Look how good St Kilda are going. I mean, I'm not sure about that. And even if it's true, Shane, I don't know. We're definitely not finishing in the 8. So need run and dare badly. Not sure why Davey hasn't been played when this is the case. People say he's not AFL level, but I don't believe that. I feel it's more Scott's failure. That's an interesting take, Silent Red. I did have a squiz at the VFL and he certainly not looking good. So I probably wouldn't have selected him off any of the VFL form he's shown personally, but I get that. I get what you're saying. Brad, go trade CJ from Hawthorn would add much needed pace. Is he just another butcher of the ball though? I get the pace thing, but what's good pace if then you distribute it and you turn it over? It's just going to come back in, no? Oh no, Annalise, did you? Seemed like a good idea a few months ago. Oh God. You know my advice? Just have an exit strategy. So when it's just getting like we're 200 points behind, just have a bar or a nice restaurant or somewhere locked in and loaded, know where the car is or however you're getting there. Just have a planned exit strategy. You go in knowing we're not going to get anywhere close to them, and that will make it manageable. Plan something for after it, I think. Chris will be told by Mum to give Brad a win this week or else, and possibly. Hi, Troy. Good to have you here. Hey, Fitzy. Remember there was a delay. Oh, my God. This is a multi-million-dollar professional organisation, and we have to stop the game to get someone to fill in a hole. Crazy. Amazing we got close to Sydney given they had almost 100 more marks than us. Yeah, crazy. And look, they have their injury concerns too, but up there I did not think we'd get that close at all. Hey, Wayne, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. I had the big Archie May burger today. You had the big Archie May burger today. What does that mean? I don't get it. As in there's a burger called an Archie May, or explain. I do love a burger. Yeah, true. Exactly. Absolutely true. When a crumbing forward is tried down back in the VFL, it means it's over for Davey. David will get a farewell game if we have nobody left. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Hey, Stevie. Oh, no problems. Join the fun. How about you join on for a chat? The link is in the chat. I'm telling you all, newbie, I need a new friend tonight, or else next week there'll be no therapy. I hate to threaten you all, but this is what it's come down to. And also, as soon as McGrath got the first behind, I was like, nobody's won these cookies. Even though I was out, I could know because nobody would have picked McGrath to kick the first behind. So I told you all in the cookie comp, you've got to think outside the box. Yes, love to beat Carlton. It's got to be the next one. Hey, Noel.
G'day, Day. How are you?
How are you?
I got the word from Moby. You have to talk football today. No distractions.
Okay.
Yes, maybe. Yes, in charge, mate.
Look, if there's one detour, there can be one detour, but you got to make it a good one, and you got to make us all laugh.
I'm usually the detour around here. That wasn't too bad a game.
No.
And I think I said 20 points when I spoke to you the other night, so I was pretty close.
You were very close.
In my tip there, for the cookies, but yeah, because we always seem to run a very close game with the Swans. It always seems to be something. Couple of dodgy decisions, maybe 3 goals, some free kicks from the Swannies, but we had our chances. We missed shots we should have kicked.
Yeah.
I love Blackiston's game. They were double teaming him at one stage here in the ruck, and he held his own, so I thought he did pretty well. So that was good. Yeah, and we had Roberts, as you said, got to be the recruit of the year, isn't he? He'll get best first year player for us at the Crichton, won't he? For sure.
Easily.
Yeah.
No, but he's not in his first year.
No, but he'll get most improved. He'll win something at the Crichton. If he doesn't win a Crichton medal, which he probably won't, he'll win something like most improved or best team man or something like that. I've been to 2 Crichtons.
Well, this is a great question. I reckon this is, since Merritt became captain, this is easily Merritt's worst year of football, without fail, in terms of output.
He played well early then.
So my question is, now that Martin's out, Merritt is out of form, who is actually leading our Crichton medal? Like, does anybody want to win this Crichton medal?
Durham would have to be up there, wouldn't he?
And even he's missed 2 games. I don't know if he does enough to be up there. Maybe he does. I can't even pick.
He was probably one of our best today. I thought Durham was probably one of our best today. Goes in hard at it, and because that's what you want. Someone he wants the footy and goes in hard at it. Clark just a couple of nice things. But yeah, how different would the game be? That goal goes through by Merritt, and suddenly we're only a couple of points in it. And had been played at Marble, they would have won that because the Essendon fans would have got behind it. The Sydney fans behind it, maybe not so much. But if we're that close at Marble, everyone gets together and there's a big surge. But yeah, there was no one he could kick it to, so he had to go for it.
Yeah, and fair enough. But just like it's just adding to this whole, gleam of like just nothing is going right for us this year. No bounce of the ball, no player availability, Achilles, ACLs in the records, like nothing is going right. And that Merritt kick, I reckon in a past season with some bit of footy luck that goes through, but it's just all gone to shit.
And then the Swans are missing goals from point blank range and kicking them from the hot dog stand on the angle.
Yeah. They did miss some though, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they hit the post once or twice, but I mean, you have a look. The most disposals, the top 6 players are all Swans players, so they got plenty of the footy.
And the first 15 marks were Swans players, top marks.
Yeah, and the top 6 disposal getters. Ruckman was the number 1, which is but you have a look at. I think McGrath beat up in the middle. It was good that young Ewan showed some. They were impressed with him on the commentary. They seemed to be quite impressed with him. He's got some pace, and I think that'll be handy. But he looks like he's in the kindergarten, doesn't he? Compared to those big bruises he got out there. Looks like he's. Excuse me, sir. I got my plate lunch.
Yeah,
Can I have
yeah.
a
Where can I sit? Can I sit at your table?
yeah. Is there enough room on this bench for me? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but he looked all right. Black, as I said, I like Blackiston. I hope he gets a contract. I think Hobbs
I think he won it. I
himself
think
no
he's won
favours.
himself a contact.
Yeah, didn't do himself any favours.
Neither
Uh,
did Shield.
he missed the goal that would have been a pretty crucial one after a great bit of play to finish that off with that goal would have been great. And he gave away that free kick to Pappy, which I thought was a bit soft. The amount of times people get bumped after they kick a footy. I don't know.
I think
But it was
technically it's there, but
but of course it's technically there, but never technically there for Essendon.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's technically there, of course. Every free kick's technically there.
Yeah,
Like
true.
every holding the ball is technically there. I think one of the commentators said I think holding the ball should be just holding the ball. If you get tackled and you don't get rid of the footy, it was the opening minute. I think it was the opening minute we spun a bloke around.
Yeah,
We tackled.
yeah, 360. Yeah, yeah.
And I found okay, so we know where the umpire stand in. And then I see them bitching and moaning at the Hawthorn game. Poor old Hawthorn, they
Yeah.
got a free kick given against them. Oh my God. 20 years have been getting free kicks, Hawthorn. I don't think it was all that bad, considering how the Crows were umpired out of a final series. I think they were probably owed one.
Yeah, it's funny with the free kicks because we get like I know we probably are leading the free kick count against most games, but it is so in terms of where we get the free kicks, it matters so much. And if someone was so bored one day that they really want to do some investigation, go back and see where we get our free kicks compared to other
I've been wanting
teams.
to do that. I also think that you get more free kicks as a forward if the game's on Channel 7. And the reason for that is goals mean advertising. So every time there's a goal, they can put an ad on for Bet365 or whatever. So very rarely will defenders get a free kick when the game's on Channel 7. And the games aren't on, they're on Foxtel today because it's Saturday.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd love to know if there's a stat on that. Because I know that they're now doing stats on holding the ball. I noticed that recently too. There was some
I think
stats.
it's prevalent. I think it's really important to see that where we get our free kicks. And admittingly, we did get a couple that did lead to shots on goal tonight and in our 50 tonight. So don't come at me. But I think generally
we were so shocked at it that we missed them.
Yeah.
We got to in front of goal. Oh, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 2 meter Peter got a free kick and to go for goal, and he was like, "What the hell's happening here?"
This never happens.
Yeah.
I watched a bit of the VFL. That was quite a sad event, really.
What happened? Tell me what happened there.
We got flogged pretty badly.
Okay.
And we're running on the same. They're running on the same form where they've lost the same amount of games in the VFL in a row as our AFL side have. The last win we had in the VFL was against Sydney.
Wow.
So I think they've not lost 9 in a row now. But they showed a little bit. But Dave Wicks doesn't look like it. I don't know. He seems to have dropped right off.
That's interesting.
Johnson played in the VFL, so it wasn't. He wasn't dropped. He was dropped. He wasn't rested. He did play in the VFL. He did okay. He had some. He showed some nice possessions. And Vigo, the only one who didn't play was Menzies. Menzies was held over in case there was a last minute change in the seniors.
Okay.
So I don't really know why you would do that because the guy doesn't get a game then. You may,
well, you've got to hold someone. You've got to hold someone over, right?
Well, players have done it before where they play 3/4 of a match in the VFL and turned up in the AFL game on the same day. That's happened a few times.
Yeah, true.
I I can go get some Vegemite if you really want, Jeremy.
No,
No.
Jeremy, we shouldn't be
No,
encouraging this.
Yeah. I had spag bowl tonight, but I didn't put Vegemite in it. So there you go. I had spag
Yay!
bowl
Oh, if anything
Friday
has
night.
come from this season, I have finally convinced. I'll ring Nonna tomorrow and I'll tell her. She'll be so proud of me.
Friday night. Friday night's my spag bowl night. And then I went down
she'll
to
be so proud. She'll be so proud. Well done. You've done every Italian proud. Noel, well done. So, okay, so yeah, great. So tell me who, based on the VFL, having watched the VFL today and obviously tonight the game, any changes that you'd make for next week?
We haven't got much left in the
No.
Unwin played quite well.
Oh, okay.
Unwin played quite well. He looked all right, and Jerian was playing a bit of forward and a bit back. But I don't think he'll get a game this year. I don't.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't know if he's AFL ready, but then who knows? Well, we thought that about Luau and a few others.
But then we've got to cut him, no?
No, I don't think they'll cut him. I think he'll stay on because he's a young, and I think he's got they've got a 2-year deal, don't they? Young
Yeah,
blokes.
he does too. My bad. Yeah, he's got his contract.
I think most young blokes get a 2-year deal to start off with.
You're right.
But,
yep.
Yeah, well, I was watching, I think it was Daniel's podcast, and he had a number of players he was going to cut, and I was quite surprised he had Guelphy on the list, which I didn't agree with.
Well, after tonight, I don't know.
Yeah, but does Guelphy have a job? Did he have a job to do? And
Well,
if he had a job, if he was
I don't know if he did it that well. No.
No, if he was playing on Blakey, he didn't do a good job. He didn't hold.
That's right.
So there's a little bit of pressure on him, but we really do need to keep Draper after tonight. I think it's pretty obvious the lack of ruckman. However, there are a couple of disgruntled Collingwood people who are a little cheesed off because of the possibility of multi-million-dollar contract of a player coming over to Collingwood. So apparently Brody Myercheck is unhappy. I wouldn't mind Brody Myercheck for a couple of seasons.
Darcy Cameron.
Yeah. Brody Myercheck's old man played for Essendon back in the...
Oh, really?
Yeah, he only played 13 games and he played AFL because he got banned from soccer for 10 years.
What did he do?
He was fighting. So like, I think he played for Aberfeldy or Avondale.
For 10 years?
Yeah.
He must have gotten a big fight.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, it was a long time. So he took up AFL and then he became an AFL player. He was a short little fat, sort of stodgy, stocky sort of guy. He played a bit in the forward line. Yeah, I think about 13 games. So no father-son, unfortunately. But his boy, Brody Myercheck's a good player. I like him. He'd be very handy on our forward line for a couple of years.
But talking about the Draper, like Darcy Cameron would be a wonderful fill-in.
Yeah, he'd be a good pickup. And the boy from Hawthorn as well.
Is it
talking about
Ned? Is it Reeves?
Yeah. He wouldn't be a bad pickup either. Might be revenge for D'Ambrosio. We can get one back on them.
Although I'm not sure it's quite the same quality, but yeah, I see exactly where you're going. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, interesting that we really have no wriggle room because we've got no players coming off the injury list to bring in, and there's no one who's really setting anything alight next week. All right, last one before I let you go. Would you bring in Vigo next week, given how shot Goldstein looks?
It's probably worth giving him another run. The other young fellow they've got in the VFL is a long way off, but he looks a likely type. Montgomery, I think his name is. But yeah, Vigo did enough to probably get back in. We're playing where are we playing next week? The Saints, is it?
Geelong.
Oh, Geelong. Oh,
so Reece Stanley.
Oh, that's right. I'm not going to that game. I'm going to see Damien Cowell. So I'm going to go and see some rock and roll.
Sounds like a better option. Anyway, Noel.
Yeah. I don't know. Vigo. Yeah. If you're going to play him for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think there's no harm.
Yeah, there's no harm in giving him 2 or 3 games in the season, and see how he goes from there. That's
Sounds
how I
good.
look at it.
Sounds good, Noel. Thanks as always. Appreciate you being here. Love your contribution. See you
Thank
next
you.
week.
I might get on next week after seeing some rock and roll, but we'll see how we go. The game will be taped, so I can always watch it and suffer like the rest of you.
Yeah.
Enjoy
We'll be
it.
around. I'll be back here Thursday night, so maybe see you then.
Well, hopefully, if we put up the sort of effort we put up today against the Cats, at least we'll be competitive, and that's all we want.
Good point. Good point.
All
All right, Noel. Take
Thanks,
care of
everyone.
yourself. Good
Go
night.
Bombers.
Bye. Bomber boy, thank you so much for the $5. What's happened to our captain? His first half of the year was elite, but he's fallen off a cliff. I'm really concerned where he's at. I think it's 2 or 3-fold with him. I think he's mentally fatigued. I think he's mentally exhausted. This year has certainly thrown up some unique challenges in terms of he probably prepared himself mentally for this year being a rebuild, but he probably did not expect to not have the likes of Corwell, Setterfield, Draper, Ridley, Mackay, behind him and in the team for a lot of the season. So we probably can't underestimate what a lot of that support does for him. And I think to me, it feels like he's carrying the world on his shoulders. And to me, that's mental. I think nothing's wrong with him physically, but I do think he's looking at the finish line to me. And I think that's just in turn falling into his output at the moment, unfortunately. So I'm not worried about him long term, but I really do feel like he needs a refresh for his mind. So I think he's struggling mentally, personally. So I think he'll be okay in the long term. Hello, Trev.
Hello, Fiona. How are you going?
I am so happy to see you. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, it's been a while getting here, but got here eventually.
I am so
going
happy.
all right. Feel pretty good about today's game, actually.
Yeah, good. Tell me what it did. What was it? Was it what you expected, or were you unexpectedly pleasantly
Probably
surprised?
unexpected. Like, there was a lot of chatter in media. It was going to be a big, big loss. Like, Damien Barrett, I think, predicted a 3-figure loss. It was like, oh,
what?
Shit, yeah. In his Fighting Doors article this week, yeah.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
Yeah. No, but a lot of positives. Like, a lot of things let us down, like disposal, but Sydney were only a little bit better with their disposal efficiency overall. Just one of the stats I seen on the bottom, of the screen at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everyone's already gone over everything. Like, I haven't seen all the episode tonight. I've only sort of just got on, but
no, go. Tell me, because
stuff like Archie Roberts.
Yes.
He's. Yeah, like you said there just before, like his kicking lets him down a little bit at times. But, the way he finds space and that, like, Pendlebury-like, or, just seems like he's got time.
Yes. It seems like with others, like opposition close space in on him, but with him, he gets the ball and he looks like he's got half a second more to distribute it.
Yeah, crazy. It's like everyone slows down around him and he just can just sort of weave on through though.
Yeah, the weaving is the balanced weaving is perfection.
How cool. Yeah, it is. It's for his age is like that skill is well beyond what age he is. Like, that's something you see in those older more experienced players.
Yeah.
But
and the upside that you could, like, as you say, he's so young, which means his upside is
everything's only going to get better. Like, he's his ball, his kicking and his ball movement and his movement in himself's only going to get better as well. So
spot on.
Next few years he'll be like elite at just about everything.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Who
else did you like tonight, Trev?
Jaden's job on that little grub.
Yeah.
What's his
Tapley.
Tapley. Oh, he's just one of those blokes who just, he's like Sam Mitchell when Sam Mitchell played. I hated Sam Mitchell. Like, he's a great player and all, but I don't know. They just rubbed it the wrong way. But the job he done on him, like, he didn't get a lot of possessions himself, but he was just pressuring him, and he was just right there with him all day.
Okay.
Let him know when he missed that kick, like he tried to kick one off the ground and ended up on his ass, and he let him know straight away. Just little stuff like that. It's good to see. Like the first gamer, like that was terrific, I thought.
And it's and again, it's tying into this caliber of player that we're now recruiting. You see, Roberts never takes a step back. He's the first to stick up for an opponent. Angus Clark, who's a twig, is always there in a biff. Always there in a biff to stick up for an opponent.
Yeah, in everyone's faces.
Jaden UN is built of that same mould, and all of a sudden we've got these tough nuts and these scrubbers and these boys who just don't want to be beaten and are just not going to be bullied, Yeah,
that's right. Like everything I read about Jaden, like from all our great Bomber people on Twitter, he was he's tough as nails, and he's in and under, and he's just at it, and we've seen that. Yeah, we've seen that today, which was great.
So do you reckon, Trev, that we play him for the rest of the year now? Like we just give him those little projects, like as we said, next week he gets like a Stengel, and then maybe he gets Higgins when we play St Kilda, and you just let him chip away for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, what's it going to hurt? Like,
true.
Same with Vigo. You're just talking then, like, what's it going to hurt bringing him in for the rest? The last, what have we got? 3 games left?
Yeah, I think 4. 4.
Yeah, 4. It's not going to hurt. If he gets beaten, he gets beaten, but he's out there learning. And like poor old Goldie, he really looked buggered today against Grundy. Grundy just, there wasn't a great difference in the hit outs, but it was just Grundy's work around the ground. Like, like he had nearly 40 possessions, Grundy. I mean,
that's crazy. He's in good form. I will give it. Grundy's in I would say all Australian form this year, but this was probably one of his biggest nights. He saw Goldie and he's like, I'm taking you to the cleaners, mate.
Yeah. And Goldie, big thumbs up to him for what he's done this year, but he must be just about buggered. Like, poor old body.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. And you know what? I guess it's also it's almost a fitting end to his career. Like he's going out. No, it's not like we're not giving him another year. It's truly that he's probably got nothing left in the tank for next year, another year.
Yeah, I reckon so. And also, sorry if I'm skipping back and forward, but
no, don't apologise.
Merritt you're talking about as well. Yes. Like,
what do you reckon?
The first 6 to 8 games this year, like they're talking, all Australian captain, because he was, he had a good start to the year, and then all of a sudden just, well, not all of a sudden, but gradually, probably over the middle of the year, he just, like you said, mentally fatigued, like, just being the best player, just about, for so many years and so many games and whatever.
Yep.
And then for everything just to fall apart. Yeah, because at times today, he looked lost a bit, just getting turned inside out too easily and sort of running the wrong way a couple of times. I was no great footballer, but so I'm not having a.
That's right. We're armchair experts here, Trev.
Yeah, it just looked like he was lost a few times today, and really feel for him. Like I really do. And having the last 2 months probably, as much as he's tried.
Yeah. There's definitely an element of that, and you could kind of see it when it started to turn. First, his kicking was off, and all of a sudden, he's missing these kicks that he'd usually just bubble up. And then now we're starting to see, saw it a few times tonight, just maybe a lack of intensity in a chase, or the lack of intent to tackle or go with an opponent. And I think that's where that mental stress really comes into it, because you can maybe excuse a missed kick here or there, but when it starts turning about to your intent and your effort and your energy, especially when your players look to you to be the generator. And look, a lot of people have pointed out that, he's carried us on his shoulders for so long, and as I said, I don't think he expected it to be such a challenging year on field, not in terms of results, but in terms of just having so many of the more experienced players out. Langford is another one that I didn't mention.
Yeah,
they're in the Martin as well. They're in the leadership group. They hold him up a bit, emotionally, energetically as well.
Yeah.
So, right now in the centre huddle, he's got like Andy McGrath, who's not used to being there, Shield, who hasn't been there all year, Angus Clark on the wing, Lual on the other wing. That's a lot.
Yeah, especially those two guys on wings, like only being first-year players and only a handful of games between them. Like, it's a lot to sort of, I don't know, ask or expect of them guys sort of thing.
Yeah, agree. So I like to get everyone's opinion who I talk to here about this, but what's your theory? I know all the theories have been, far and wide in terms of our injury crisis. What's your theory? What do you think's going on or going wrong, or is it just luck? Do you think it's a luck thing? Is it conditioning?
Yeah, it's got to be something with the conditioning, because it's not. I think I've messaged with you before about the surface out there. It's not the surface. Like, other teams train there and play there, and there's not, injury list growing and growing and growing, So, it's got to be something in the conditioning program or something that's just not quite right. Like, especially all these soft tissue injuries. So, it's something to do, with the programs, like, for leg work or whatever, maybe in the gyms or something along there. I'm really at a loss to explain what it could be, but that's where I'm thinking it's in the conditioning department. Yeah.
And do you feel confident? Like, do you have faith that this is not that they're going to do something about it? Because clearly the club are doing, they're going to go to work and they're going to try and hire the best possible person. But do you have faith that it's not going to happen again? Because I feel a little bit PTSD about this.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like next year I'm going to go into the year and every twitch or every grimace, I'm going to look at these players and think, here we go again.
Heightened anxiety.
Exactly. Have we not suffered enough, Trev?
I'd like to say that I'm confident they'll get over it, but like we're saying, there's always going to be that sort of thing in the mind, like someone goes down, you'll be like, oh, here we go again, or, exactly. But like I said, they're, leaving no stone unturned, as they've said many a time, but, hopefully they can, really sort this out so we don't have the heartbreak that we've had this year, and maybe, and get back up there where we belong.
We have certainly suffered enough, I believe, Trev. Now, are you in Melbourne or are you Victoria?
Yeah,
do you get
in Melbourne, just outside of Melbourne.
Beautiful. Do you get to any games or many games?
I've managed to get to one this year because we've got like a lot of family stuff, and I coach basketball on Saturdays and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we school holidays, no basketball, no kids work and whatever. Went and seen Essendon Richmond. I thought we'll win this one surely.
Oh, the second time round I exposed you. Oh no! And it wasn't even a good spectacle. Not only did we lose, but it was a horrendous game.
It was terrible.
Oh no! Okay, Trev. Well, maybe next year you can lock in a few games and then we can come to it, the pre-game catch up and stuff, and we'll have a drink.
That was the best thing about it. Sorry,
I said even if we do lose, at least we'll have that.
Well, that was a good thing. I got to meet some of the Twitter people that always catch up before the games.
Good.
Like caught up with met Charlie, which was awesome.
Great man. Yes.
Yeah, because I've contacted with him before. I use his photos. I admin on a New South Wales group because I used to live in New South Wales. Yep. So I use he's allowed me to use his photos, to put on the group each week, the photos from training and everything.
Yep.
I met James Lowry, Patrick Ryan, Taz.
Wonderful.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Oh, hit more of them. Can't rattle off the moment. But that was the highlight of the night because the game was just shit. So
yeah, and that's the silver lining, throughout, me creating this Bomber Banter and also just the Twitter community and meeting people. Like, so then when the lows are low, we have this to hold on to and this to kind of this community to to get around. So that's why it's a bit of a hub and we're all nuffies. That's why we're here. And as I always say, we are connected to this club whether we like it or not, and it's essentially a part of us, and we ride the highs and lows. So even when we're shit and we're feeling shit, at least we've got something to fall back on.
Yeah. Especially with all this stuff you're doing, it's bloody amazing.
I appreciate
it. How much I love it all. It's just awesome.
I'm so happy to hear that, and I'm so happy that you've come on. And I've got to virtually meet you, and then hopefully maybe next year at a game or two, or maybe training or off season or anything.
Yeah, well, I want to try to get the training before the end of the season. I've been trying to get there all year, but it's just a bit hard on certain days to try and get it organised. So
definitely. Well, shoot me a text or shoot me a message when you do, because I'm going to try and get down to a bit more training this off season as well. So. All right, Trev, thank you so much. Well done on your Bomber Banter debut. You were absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
And I'll talk to you soon.
No worries, Fiona.
Good night, Trev. Bye. You see how wonderful that is, everyone? Let Trev be your example. How wonderful. Absolutely fabulous. Well done, Trev. No need to feel intimidated or shy. All friends here. All safe space, complete space, safe space. So for the last time tonight, put in a link in the chat. Bomber Boy, thank you, my friend. Do you think we should go to the draft or try and go to trade for a star? Look, I'm absolutely all in on Harley Reid, but I have said on, I think a forecast, I said can put that to bed because reading between the lines and energetically, I think he's absolutely staying at West Coast, definitely. So I'm off the Harley Reid train only because I don't think he's going. I believe and think that we're still into Zach Butters heavily. Who else? I'd entertain that, but not as much as for Harley Reid. I would not be giving up too much. Who else? I'd be happy to trade. Given we've got a pretty good draft hand, I think we can do both this year. I really do. And especially if Draper goes, it leaves us with a great draft hand. We can trade. We can offer up to 2 years in advance. I don't think anybody thinks in 2 years we're going to be, super high up in the ladder. So that's essentially 2 first-round picks maybe. So we've got a lot to play with. And I think we could probably do both. I do. I say that, and I believe it. Hey, Sandra, good to have you here. Good luck for your mob next week. I mean, tomorrow. I know you got the late game. Hope it's not too depressing. Dennis, I completely agree. Vigo could not have been any worse than Goldie, and I don't think it's going to do him any harm. It's not like Goldie gave the mids that great first use. I honestly don't think. I agree with you. You just know he legit means he's taping the game. No, 100% there's a functioning VHS recorder. That's hilarious, Shaky Snake. Spot on. Yeah, spot on. How did we get on to carbonara, Coanda? Did I miss the chat about the pasta chat? I can't believe I missed the pasta chat. But no, it doesn't. No cream. Everybody thinks carbonara has cream, but it's the egg yolk that creates the binding, creamy texture of a traditional Italian carbonara. Brett, for the rest of the year, effort. If we can't win is what matters most. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Yeah, he looks at Shelley. He really does. I don't think anybody wants the end of season more than Merritt does. Yeah, it just looks. How good was he, Moby? It was wonderful. And that's just telling me that you, my friend, I want to have a chat to you. Yeah. I mean, this man, But isn't it a nice balance that he's going after his mob just as hard? The Kangaroos. Hey, G Swan, who listens to Damien Barrett? Full of shit. Yeah, I don't consume any part of him except when I consume it through other people's posting. I cannot do it. And Caroline Wilson I've almost had enough of her. I don't actively seek out her content, but I've almost had enough of to the point where I'm going to block the actual shows she's on so I don't see it secondhand. Had enough. He's got another one in the oven? Jeez. Sheesh. Also, Darcy hasn't fired since he took the knee. Oh. Ha ha, Joe. Moby, are you blaming the women and children? How dare you? This is not what this channel is about. Joe, I love that. Well done. Call him out. Absolutely. Call him out. Hang on, who's Nugget? Is that Nguyen? Yeah. On Myers next week. Oh yeah, that'll allow him to get up the ground a bit more because Myers doesn't not shy to a cheeky little up the ground run, is he? Merritt may be fatigued mentally, but his hamstrings remain strong. I mean, true. Yeah, as what Joe said, really. I think we got away injury free. Yeah, we did. Touch wood that nobody injures themselves in the warm down. At this point, we have no one left. I'm so worried. Last year was the same, Trev. When you have one superstar, the oppo goes to work eventually, and there's only so many you can carry. Yeah. Wayne, Merritt's just giving others a chance to shine. I think it was that in the beginning, and then we just had too many go down. When Martin and Setterfield went down, he had no choice. He had no choice, and now he looks hampered. He looks mentally hampered. And Mason Redmond thought he got a lot, still looks too casual kicking. Does he? I just feel like he hasn't kicked a goal for weeks and weeks and weeks. Lost a bit of mongrel. Yeah, I'd probably see that. It's probably lost a bit of, I don't know. I don't know that he looks like he loves what he's doing as much as he used to, or he's frothing it. And that's probably harsh because we are losing. So how much energy can you have? But yeah, we definitely do. Definitely. Yeah. Brad, we need to recruit a couple of good elder statesmen to help with leadership. Yeah, completely agree. Because the ones we have, whether they're good leaders or not, they can't even get out on the park. Can't be going into a new season like that. Injuries can only be the result of one thing, a ritualistic voodoo curse brought about by North supporters begging to be acknowledged by a bigger, more successful club. Geez, I will say, the more and more I have gotten into this Bomber Banter and football content and meeting content creators from every club and talking to content creators of every club, I will say there are so many North people living and breathing and surviving on the downfall of Essendon. So long as Essendon remain shit, they have life. That is how much energy they put into hating Essendon. And I've been told this, like, from multiple North supporters in big North circles. So I thought that was very interesting. I did not realise how insufferable they are when it comes to Essendon. And, I don't like to use that term, living rent-free, because every troll loves to use it. But, man, just by existing, we piss them off. And if we're winning, if we're good, they are not surviving. They have to leave the country. That is how much they are they're just frothing at our demise, basically. Really. They just absolutely, well done, Trev, again. Absolutely loved it. Commander, I know it's not in the spirit of the game, but is there anything in the rules that prevents a ring of 12 players locking arms around the ball carrier and walking him down to goal? It's funny because we were talking about tonight the solution from the Windy Hill Windsock podcast was saying that a Sydney, I think it was Sydney team that once did the triangle and got on each other's shoulders and did like that calisthenics triangle move. And apparently that's not against the rules. And I thought that was hilarious. Absolutely freaking hilarious. Yeah, I didn't mind that shout from Noel, Brad. Yep, I'd take him. Absolutely. Messiah the Messiah. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. But I don't know. Spiras, Fiona, wondering if you and others would be interested in discussing Essendon's coaching panel and football operations staff. Who are they, what they've achieved elsewhere, etc., etc. Yeah. Do you want to jump on and talk to me about it? Because I'm more than happy. Or do you want me to do the research, get all the facts, and make a video? You tell me. I'm happy to do either. Stop it! Don Caldwell. I have no words. I love you. I do. And you people, you have no idea what the love and the... Actually, before I go on, please take a second and like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you. I just... All my love that I have to offer to you in this moment, I'm giving it all to you energetically. You are so generous, and that means a lot. Thank you. Mycheck's old man was a Bomber, VFL second team legend back in the day. Jack Mycheck was... Is that correct? It was no right, Moby. Did he get banned for 10 weeks from soccer? What did he do to get a 10-week ban? That's insane. Crazy. People, this is how it's done. The love I have for this man. My mum doesn't follow footy, but she hates Caro just from the TV ads. I mean, I feel that. I feel that so deeply. I really do. Yeah, he set the bar up there, up high, because he's just a legend of a human. Moby, you too are a legend. You have many, many credits in the bank. Many credits. Hey, Angus, Durham had a corky and played forward for the rest of the game, but he seemed fine otherwise. Oh, okay, I didn't see that. Okay, good. Very good. Redmond kicked a nice goal today. He wasn't our worst player. No, absolutely not. No, definitely not. I thought his intent was really good today. Yeah. Merritt was put in the forward line the last quarter to give us something different and a spark. Hey, Scotty. How are you? I feel like Archie has sort of taken the run and carry job Mason used to do, and Redmond has taken the role Goddard used to do, and I'm not sure if he likes it. Wow. What a great comment. Yep. I like this. I really like this, guys. This is great. I think you're right. Archie just has to add a couple of long bombs to his toolkit, long bomb goals to his toolkit, and maybe a goal celebration of note or two, and then he'll be really doing him proud. I like it, Joe James. I really like it. I mean, Scott, I was reading the word James as I was replying to Scott. Yes, we definitely need to bring in a veteran who isn't cooked for some leadership. Yeah. Even just, I mean, I just don't know that we can rely on the likes of Langford anymore and Parrish not getting injured. Still not as shit as North. Yeah. But even if we're not as shit as North, they still just hate us. Even if we were shitter than them, they just, I mean, or better than them. No matter where we are, they just, we trigger them bad. Ariella, thank you. Love that you're teaching the Bomber Banter crew how to cook pasta the right way. Brava, Fiona. Exactly. Mariella, I mean, one day you got to come on and we can just talk pasta and food. So far, literally, I've taught Noel how to cook bolognese properly. Maybe one day I can do it. I'll do a video just cooking the bolognese for you all the Italian way, Mariella, and you and I can do the video. Because you know what? If we keep losing, I may end up there. I may end up doing pasta videos, you guys. And if no one joins me on here, I'm going to end up giving you pasta videos. I'd be in on Starcevic. I don't know if he wants to come back to Melbourne, though. or if he wants to come to Melbourne. Yeah, I think it's still on the cards. I'm told that we're still in the conversation. Absolutely. Moby, you didn't have to do that. Now I feel like I've pressured you into doing that, and not because you wanted to do it. Oh no, that's just my chatterbox sitting on my shoulder. I mean, you're the best, guys. You're really lifting the roof for me tonight. Feeling all the feels. Thank you. Yes, please, Pastor, for chat. I mean, anytime. I'm here for food chat. Exactly, Shaky Snake. If we keep losing, we can all find happiness in carbs. I mean, hot chips, there's not so much I can do a video about that, but pasta, I gotcha. I think doing a program at year's end on the coaches and footy ops may be a good idea. That way I can do some research too. Jack Myercheck, well, the number 8 and had some absolute memorable games. Did he really? What position did he play, Spiros? What kind of player was he? I will definitely do this for you. I will do a deep dive into our assistant coaches and maybe everyone on that kind of coaching panel. Obviously, Hurley and Travis Cloak are not officially forwards coaches, but they do a lot of work down there. So we are past the point of no return. Here you go. I won't do a mic drop for you because this was expensive, so I'll do a pen drop for you. There you go, Noel. Well done. Well done. Oh, Dennis, thank you. Appreciate that. No, there is absolutely no pressure to match. I'm being silly. Even the $2 that people leave, this $5, it is absolutely everything to me. And I don't say that lightly. As you all know, I think you'll see right through me if I'm ever being inauthentic. It means a lot. Thank you. And I'm doing what I can, and thank you is all I can say. Oh, stop it, you guys. I mean, don't stop, but you know what I mean. Thank you, Bomber Boy. You too. You have been an absolute gem contributor to this channel from day dot, and I appreciate you. I really do. And I'd love to meet you all virtually, but I understand that you just want to hang out in the chat, and that's cool too. That is so cool too. Oh, Wayne, you put Worcestershire sauce in everything. Like, what are we talking? You don't put it in your bolognese, do you? Tell me you don't put it in your bolognese. Worcestershire, what would I put it in? I would put, obviously, Worcestershire in a sausage roll mix. Obviously, a pie if you're making pies. I could give you maybe a splash in a stir fry or a curry, but only if you had to, but definitely not in a bolognese sugo sauce. Please tell me you don't, Wayne. Please. Okay. Jack Myercheck played forward. Pocket was stocky, powerful, and quick. I remember he got into a number of fights in the games he played. Wow. I honestly would not have picked that. Myercheck's dad was a footballer. So, wowee. I thought Myercheck came from, like, nowhere to play football, but it's in the blood. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Who are you telling to fuck off? Are you telling me to fuck off? Are you telling someone in the chat? Was somebody mean? Is that? Oh, I can't be having someone mean. Thank you. I mean, you guys are the best thing for me to have come from all this, and this has got me through, and I feel like I am holding space for all of you, so it's helping me not feel the lows as low as I usually would. So if I am helping even one of you feel a bit lighter or feel like you have a space to feel you belong, this is where you belong, no matter who you are, what you look like, how old you are, what shape or form you come in, you belong here, and you always have a space here and a place here. Absolutely. I love that learning about Jack Myercheck. During the off-season, this becomes a cooking channel. Hey, I'm into it. Absolutely. I'm going to do a baking channel. Would you all follow that? Here's the thing. Would you all subscribe to that, even if it stuffed up your algorithm on YouTube? Would you all subscribe to it or not? You just value your algorithm too much? Because I would probably rate that. And Myercheck was a running 200-pound barrel who would go for a run and people tackling would bounce off. Far out. Now I need to go tonight. I reckon once we finish up soon, I'm going to go watch some highlights. Would there be highlights of him on YouTube or anywhere, given that he didn't play many games? Interesting. Oh, Jeremy, feeling left out. Oh, my God. Now I feel like this is peer pressure and bullying, but I'm loving it so much. Thank you, my friend. You two have been an absolute support from day dot on Twitter. I think we have followed each other for far out. I've been on there 14 years, so I think you were one of my first follows. So we've been through it. Well done. Thank you so much. Coaching panel needs to be under the microscope for sure. Agree. We definitely need a shake up. Definitely. Pete, thank you for getting involved. You're the best. Absolutely loved meeting you. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Hey, Dave.
Hello, how you going?
I'm doing pretty well, and you?
I'm pretty good. I've got
What have you got? What's on the in the glass tonight, please?
someone's in the shower.
Is that where we're going now? Is that where we're going on the fan cams?
He's been in there for about. Oh no, we're not going in there. He's only 8, but he's been in there for like 10 minutes and he's just loving it. So I'm like, just stay there.
I can get. That's my kind of shower. The kids having my kind of shower.
You can see the steam coming out. Anyway,
it's good for the skin.
He's been fed. We had omelettes tonight, and all this talk about food has just made me so fucking hungry again. So
now I'm craving carbonara. I forgot who brought up the carbonara, but now I'm craving carbonara. Yes, well, as Moby says, Dave with the biggest heart, bring the goss. What do you got for me?
Well, it took me a while to get onto the press conference because there's internet issues here. But before it started, they were talking about on the adverts on the AFL website. Someone before was mentioning the big arch. So it's a promotion. It's a promotion at Macca's at the moment.
Oh, I think it was Wayne. He said he had the big arch burger.
Yeah. So that's why. That's why.
Okay. Love it.
Right.
Is that in spirit of him or not?
Oh, I heard him talking about it, and I was like, what is the big arch? Like, is that his nickname or something? And then it took me back to remember Coming to America, the Eddie Murphy movie, and how it was called the Golden Arches or the Golden Arc. And I started thinking about that, and then I started thinking about food again. And then when it came back to eventually got onto the AFL website and I saw the big arch advert in there, and then I thought, that's where it's from. So there you go.
Okay, gotcha.
Brad Scott.
All right, talk to us.
He said lots of positives, obviously. He said there's still no excuses. They just fell short of executing everything, but he thought that the fight and the effort was there. He said that they were outclassed in that first half, but they still managed to stay in touch, which he was kind of happy with. That was possible even. The weather played a part in that, obviously, at the start. I think it was in the first quarter where it really started to rain hard, and then it kind of stopped. And
it was going sideways.
Yeah, well, I think what's his name said on the TV, Mark Howard said it's sheeting rain, and someone sitting in front of me on the floor turned around and thought he said it was shitting in rain.
Oh,
stuff. So he's like, swearing, you can't swear on TV, which I had a little chuckle at. I thought it was quite good, but
yep.
He said he said that Sydney just outworked them to the contest in that first half. It was a good lesson to them in work rate and how they need to kind of perform and stuff. He said there's still lots of improvement for the team to be able to kind of move forward. But having all 4 mid-season rookies in there and a Category B rookie in there just shows how far this team has kind of been forced to come, and that it's kind of, the supporters really need to understand that it's accelerating their learning curves tremendously, because you just don't get this experience in the VFL, let alone in the lower rungs other than the VFL, because obviously players can't make the VFL team, and then they have to play in their local kind of teams if they're not playing in that. but he did say there's no excuses though. What is a big challenge is it's a big coaching challenge to kind of get these guys up. And he mentioned that later when he was talking about the morale of the team. And one of the main things that they have to do is constantly get the players in a headspace that they know that they can kind of perform and stuff, which I thought was good to hear because he's
just that validation.
Well, it's not a side of Brad Scott that you hear kind of talk about a lot when he's talking about
True.
headspace and things like that. So maybe that's a learning for him, and that's something that he's kind of learning on. He talked about the supporters twice. The first time he said, "Look, the supporters want to see effort," and he was glad that the team showed them that effort and showed them a glimpse into the future of what effort can be provided. He said the skills and the execution might not be there, but the effort is certainly there, and that's kind of the first part of a building block to be able to get to executing the game well. But he said that when you let Heaney, Warner, Goulden forward of the ball or forward of centre, then you're always in trouble. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good you are. You're always in trouble. He talked about Blackiston. I kind of missed that part while it was playing and stuff, but he did say that playing him in the ruck and then playing him as a backman as well was good. And my own side comment to that is I hardly even noticed Goldstein. I don't know about you guys, but I hardly noticed him playing. And that might have been my attention kind of being diverted a lot and stuff, but I didn't think we still won the clearances in the game overall. So to win the clearances and stuff, I mean, Grundy had 39 possessions, so it wasn't. But I didn't. Yeah, that might have just been my eyes not focusing too much on the ruck work. And more.
I know. I noticed. I think I noticed him because I noticed when the stuff he was not doing great, basically, to put it in the nicest possible way. Yeah. So he stood out to me in that regard.
Yeah. He talked about Newen a bit and just said, look, how much of a fighter this guy is and how, you couldn't get a bigger challenge than playing on a guy like Tom Papley, which he knew he was up for it. And this guy won't take a backward step.
Oh, no, your internet is crackly. Oh, just as you were saying that, and I'm not try changing, move in a spot.
This is how bad it's gone. I've had to divert to my mobile phone for this kind of shit.
What if you change? What if you switch? Oh, not really. It's crackly. It sounds like a pork crackling in the oven. Using the food analogy. If you move to another spot in the house, would that help? Okay. Oh. We can't hear you. Just when I was getting into what Dave was saying about, I think he was saying about Newen. I mean, I'm just going to assume that Brad Scott was, giving him his bells because he was wonderful. Okay. We have 4 games left. As a suggestion, play Virgo for the next 2 and then give Goldie a farewell going for what he's done. Love your thoughts and BB viewers' thoughts too. Love having you here, Spiros. Absolutely love having you. Should we try again? Ooh! Crackly. Dave! Okay, next time. Oh, damn you, internet. So why do I feel like the more I pay for my internet, the worse it gets? Bloody hell. Yeah, Joe, I agree. I think that would be doing him justice and would be just great. And we have the chance to do it in a year where we can do it. Yeah, he's done his best, but he's cooked. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, none of your business. Did we play well or did Sydney play shit? Sydney are certainly not good, but they have enough stars on paper and out there to be putting in pretty good performances. The only thing I will say that Sydney probably gave us tonight was missing some pretty easy shots at goal. That's the only way they let us off tonight, in my opinion. Can we still talk pasta if I like grilled chicken breast with carbonara? No, that's acceptable. So long as the grilled chicken breast is not... Are you talking about cooking the chicken breast throughout the carbonara? That's also acceptable. Sometimes you can have like a crumb chicken fillet on top and it's cooked separately but served on top of a bowl of carbonara, but that's acceptable. That's a yes from you, Chris. You'd watch the baking show? Bomber Boy, you'll come on before season's end. I am so holding you to that. You do not get away with promising me and then not living up. I take promises very seriously. Holding you to that. I would love this. Absolutely love it. Coanda, fuck the algo. Oh, great. That's what I would like to hear. Shaky Steak, yes, you need tips on breaking bread. Okay, baking bread. Any bread in particular that you'd like? Specific? Half your algorithm is cooking channels anyway. Oh, perfect. Moby, you want a 5-part series on egg cracking. You know what? I could talk underwater. I could talk through a 5-part egg cracking series. I could do it. I reckon I could. I could find some shit to talk about eggs. We'll talk about the egg and the chicken and who came first and what chickens lay the best eggs. Oh, yeah. You don't underestimate me. I know you wouldn't. You would never underestimate me. Wayne, you follow true crime. What's your favourite true crime podcast, Wayne? My favourite is Crime Junkie, but I'm always looking for more. Oh, if you can watch some 1978 highlights. No offence to anybody of that older generation, but are those highlights online? Is the 1978 games or the 1970s games online? You would follow? Okay. All right, I'm going to get it up and going. I think this is the push I needed. It's been also something that I've been working on in the background, but a little bit of my fear and my vulnerability has been getting into my head, and I've put it off, and I've made a million excuses as to not do it. And I talked myself out of it, but maybe me admitting to you guys that I was going to do it and I've chickened out, maybe that's the push I need. Dennis, pretty sure my chick decked several Security plays at Moorabbin. What the hell is this guy? I need to read up about him. A 10-week ban and then he's decking Security players. Wow. He sounds interesting. Hello, my US friends. Just catching some UN highlights. Glad he gave that shit a hard time. Yeah, I loved what Trev said, that he absolutely didn't let that little shit have his way with him. Love it. And Papley was rattled. You see when he got a free kick, he kind of pushed him a little bit and then kind of backed off. So he was rattled. I like that. I did like that. 27 games is more than I thought we'd get out of him. Yeah, referring to Goldstein. I agree. I completely agree. Thank you, SJ. Appreciate you. You're late to this. Hope you had a great show. New Annie's again. Yes, it's been wonderful. About to finish up, but I appreciate the contribution and would absolutely love you to join me next time. If Draper goes, hey, Jono, if Draper goes, do we go for Marshall? I reckon he's a better player than Draper. Interesting. I mean, if they're getting TDK and Marshall's he's out the door, I'd ask the question. It's probably not in our age bracket, really, but I'd ask the question if it's not going to cost us a lot. Oppo Ruckman have best on ground for the last 3 or 4, and peeps don't want us to go hard to keep Drapes. Facts. Moby facts. You got facts there. That's true. That's true. Can't argue with that. Just talking about Papley messes with the internet. Yes, so true. It's like the universe. The universe senses the name and it loses its shit. Doug, like it. Sydney played shit because our pressure was high. Yes, like it. We force them. This is great. Yes, the guanciale is the difference, Shaky Snake. You guys, you chat. You just never cease to surprise me. You surprised me at the beginning. I did not think you'd be such legends. I did not think we'd have this community absolutely firing. The guanciale is everything. Don't get rid of the bacon, get rid of the prosciutto, get rid of the ham, whatever you're using. Guanciale is where you're at. Fiona to get onto the Australian Bake Off. No. Same. I'll click the link before the year's done. Great. All right. I'm writing down in my little book. I'm going to write it down. Bomber Boy, Dennis, I'm going to write your names down. And if you're not, I mean, let's be honest, I never go through with my threats here, but I was going to say I'm going to put you in times out, both of you, if you don't come on. Oh, Dave, that's okay. We were just getting into the chat, but we forgive you because you've contributed so much to the show. Your internet was shite. You were very happy with Brad. Yeah, wonderful. The egg came first. End of discussion. Okay, fine. If you say it at this point, I just believe anything you say, Moby. You watch whatever's on Netflix, as in true crime, or do you watch just like the fiction? Bomber baking. What does that mean? Do I have to just make red and black stuff, or do I have to wear red and black paraphernalia whilst doing the baking? What would this entail? Ask Shory about my check. Yeah, he probably has stories. Great. I'm going on a hunt tomorrow. After I watch the replay, I am hunting for my check highlights. I never thought I would say that. Never thought. Fake tough guy, yeah. And he said that we were fake tough last year. You know what I think, yeah. Happily sleeps with a rattle. Yeah. But you have to wear a floppy patisserie hat. Why floppy? As in the big tall ones? When I was in trade school, we had to wear just like just the square ones. Square. White. Yeah. Hi, Marsh. You're from Jakarta. I only watched the highlights. What were the positives? Well, firstly, welcome to Bomber Banter. I definitely would love for you to ring on and jump on and have a chat to me. What time is it in Jakarta, please? Positives were the effort, the intent, the belief. I thought the pressure around the ball and the contest, stoppage work was really good. What else did I love? Another 14th debutante showing signs. I think that's 14 out of 14 who have shown signs. Yeah, would you agree? They've all showed signs. What else? Just the hanging in there, really. Not. Oh, see? Even Papley, I just went dark on my end. Even Papley talk is making my internet drop out. Christ. Collingwood Ruckman wants more coin. Yeah, this is true. This chat needs to get stuck into more of the pasta fragola. Hey, I'm up for it if you want to hear it. Bomber Banter baking. Wow, we're really resting on the alliteration here. I love it. Mostly the crime shows like Mindhunter. Okay. Is that the fiction one? I recommended the other night on the one on Stan. Wayne, if you love the crime thriller, get onto it. It's called The Assassin. Very good. You know what? I know everyone's watching the one with Eric Banner on Netflix at the moment. What's that one called? I didn't love that. Personally, that's why when I watched The Assassin on Stan, that was really good. Binge-worthy. Yeah. 6:17 p.m. Wonderful. Well, I'm so happy to have you. Welcome to the community. You will love it here. You absolutely love it here. I'm about to finish up, but absolutely next time, please jump on for a chat and join me. I would love it. I love the abroads. Oh, yes, the other positive, no injuries. Well done. Jamaican me crazy. Okay. that's a wonderful place to end on, don't you think, chat? As always, you've made me very happy, finishing the night in a very, very good way. Thank you so much, everybody, for the donations. A wonderful way to end a Saturday night. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like button on your way out and subscribe if you haven't. The community is growing, and I have hopefully some exciting things in the works in the off season and in the near future. So a couple of little things working away that hopefully you guys will all get around and enjoy as well. And keep keeping me accountable about the baking channel, because I need a bit of a push. I'm feeling a bit vulnerable about it. So keep on me on that. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. A faceless man in the comments told me I waffle too much, but alas, at this age now, that is, you take me as I am or not at all. So unfortunately, nothing's going to change, and it's hereditary because my mother does it. So anyway, giving him more reason to yell at me. But anyway, I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday and a wonderful rest of Saturday night, and I will see you all very, very soon.